right, so this #1 welterweight contender has found his way back to a title fight. A lot of people didn't think he would get there, and he's made a career of proving doubters wrong.
You know, he carries a chip on his shoulder. You tell this man that he can't do something.
Right.
He will make it a point to get that done. He said from the moment he walked out the octagon last time and didn't win the belt, that I will be back. Many smirked at him. Many laughed. But his inner circle believed that it was only a matter of time before their guy got another chance, and when he got here, he would get the job done.
Now, some would argue he wasn't ready the first time around. I think that's probably a little bit too simplistic, but there's no denying. He has rounded out his game, he has evolved, he's maximized the developmental time, and a lot of people believe we will have a new champion by night's end. All right, so here he is, the Nigerian Nightmare, and you can also now call him the UFC welterweight champion. He had to go 10-0 in the UFC to finally realize that UFC belt, beat Tyron Woodley, and establish himself as the standard at 170 pounds.
And he never lost track of what was out in front of him. Even though he had to win 10 fights, Kamaru Usman understood that he would do whatever it took to become UFC champion, and when he got that opportunity, it was the wrestling, the cardio, and the ability to follow the game plan set out in front of him by Henry Hooft and Greg Jones that allowed him to blank Tyron Woodley on the scorecards and win that welterweight championship. Unbelievable performance by Usman.
Truly one of the hardest workers in the game, and if you watch that Woodley fight, you get the sense that it is going to take a Herculean effort for somebody to dethrone the new hunted at 170 pounds, Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman has graced the octagon. He is ready to fight. And now our tail of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. Here once more is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Herb Dean, third man in the octagon tonight. All right, early round action here, and keep an eye on that jab of Kamaru Usman, right? I don't have to tell a lot of you who are listening tonight that he has gone to great lengths to develop that with Trevor Whitman, and that has really helped him set up his takedowns. But he wants to box tonight. He feels like this matchup is a striking matchup for him. We'll see if he can put those words into action here tonight. Well, one got through. That kick was blocked. All right, so there it is. The takedown is there on the first attempt. Wrestling's the best base for mixed martial arts. I didn't wrestle, but that is what I believe, and the kickboxer is not at all where he wants to be early in this fight.
As a wrestler myself, you dig into these fights and you think this is exactly what's going to happen. This wrestler's going to level change. The kicks are going to get caught. He's going to find ways to get this guy down and try to overwhelm him. That's exactly what he's doing at the start of the fight.
That is a heavy right hand from Kamaru Usman. I'm not sure how many more his opponent can take.
He broke Colby Covington's jaw with that exact same strike. When he lands, he can shut your lights out. You saw what he did to Mariah. I mean, he put him out with that right hand. He's become a great striker as his career has gone on.
Usman's in half guard. All right, close guard now.
Big ground and pound.
Oh, he's back up again. You gotta like that.
Massive knee lands from the side punch.
Oh, man, I'm starting to feel bad for the canvas as he lands another takedown there.
He landed another takedown, and he's doing it over and over again. What I am a massive fan of is his cardio, the ability to be able to keep this pace over and over as he hits these takedown attempts.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Usman. Well, actually, the big storyline in this one, the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman, the wrestling's on point and the ground and pound going on as well.
You know, these skills are what allows for Kamaru Usman to become the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He is a tremendous wrestler, incredibly strong, and you are seeing all that happen in the octagon right now. He is on point.
All right, watch out for the setup here. DC, I know you don't pay your bets, but I'll bet you $100 he goes for another takedown here.
If I don't pay, then why are you betting me? I'll yell in the octagon and go, man, don't shoot, so that I can get paid. But if I'm betting, I'm trying to take the over. I believe that he's gonna get another takedown, so I would try to force you into saying that he doesn't do it again or something.
We'll
I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm not the gambling guy. You're the gambling guy. You can twist me up with your words.
Oh, looks like he's got that arm pinned in the triangle now.
Two hands on one. Open up and get your back to the side.
Oh, submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense.
So a strong 5 minutes down.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so the takedown's the big storyline in that previous round. Let's look back at some of the highlights, DC, and got to be pretty discouraging.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Round 2 is underway.
Beautiful kick lands there.
Outside low kick.
And he blocks the shot there. A lot of power on display from Kamaru Usman as he lands yet again there.
Kamaru Usman showed in the Colby Covington fight, not only is he the best welterweight in the world, he may just be the toughest welterweight in the world because he went through the fire in order to retain that title.
Oh, powerful double leg takedown. Nice entry on that attempt. All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh man, I love this position, and you see this fighter today loves it too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler.
Big combination here of ground and pound strikes. Nice work by Kamaru Usman. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
All right, closed guard now. You got to be careful, though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. Wow, all things considered, pretty good shot from bottom position.
Control the hands. Control the hands.
Usman's back in full mount.
Control the wrist. Grab the wrist. Grab the wrist. Come on. Get those hands up.
All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh man, I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side. Underhook, this is a great position for a top fighter.
Man, as he landed a high volume of strikes here in round 2, definitely picking up the pace after round 1. So he got the message from the corner, and now he is taking control of this second round. Under a minute now to go in this one.
Fighter lands a nasty kick.
All right, just like we saw in the previous round, the takedown is there at will. He actually wanted a side wager with you on over 10 takedowns tonight. You wouldn't take the bait, and perhaps it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's such a high number. So while it seems tempting, you got to turn away from it. Hey, a bet's only a bet because they know they also have the ability to win. Sorry. This guy knew that he would be able to secure takedowns and takedowns in bunches, and that is exactly what he's showing us tonight.
All right, he's beating you on the ground right now.
All right, let us look back at some of the action from that previous round. DC punches in.
You ready to fight? You ready? Do it.
Round 3 of a possible 5.
You don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness to even be on his feet right now.
Keep moving. Keep moving. You got him on the rope.
Well, I'm no fighter, but if I rock a guy to that extent, I feel like I'm closing the show.
Absolutely. You gotta go close the show if you get a guy hurt that bad. You cannot back off and take your time. He's right for the picking. Go and pick the fruit. Getting them out here.
Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
In the half guard.
Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions.
Nice shot inside by the champion.
Hands up.
Big power shot there. Well, not sure if he's lighter on his feet or what it is, but these last couple of rounds, he's been far more aggressive, a lot more pressure. Oh, he's really starting to light him up now. Right hook to the head, blocked. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Now he gets a more dominant position with the underhook.
He is going to start to drive knees over and over. You got to be careful here. You got to move.
Oh, a huge strike lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, the follow-up shot that will finish the fight. The hard ground and pound is paying dividends. He has opened up a cut.
Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Stay heavy. Get the full mount.
Usman's in half guard now. All right, side control now. Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Usman.
There it is. Now he's going to mount.
Outstanding pressure from top position here by Kamaru Usman. Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure. Nice positional control here. Constantly a moving target.
Right back.
Final seconds of round 3. Oh, the ground and pound is there. That's 3 rounds. We're now headed to the championship rounds. All right, so the round is over. You see, obviously, the fighter has a cut on his cheek sustained in that round, but better to be below the eye than above it. The cut man is in there trying to close it up. All right, well, no surprise to see that eye continue to be...
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here's round 4, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go. You can feel the tension. 4th round is underway. We'll see who has the upper hand here.
You feel it inside of the arena. The fighters feel it inside of the octagon. It's palpable. The energy is crazy because you understand that in the next 10 minutes, someone's going to get a belt strapped around their waist. It's amazing.
Well, he's worked very hard on this part of his game, and these ground strikes are really starting to take their toll. All right, half guard position for him here, and I can hear Dominic Cruz in the back of my head just screaming about underhooks somewhere.
Yeah,
somehow.
he loved, I mean, but he's right? He's so right in terms of if you're on your back in the half guard, one thing you can't be is flat on your back. You need to be up on an elbow.
Right.
You need to be half on the side, and you need to control the far side underhook. It is a battle for underhook when you're fighting in the half guard position on the mat.
Oh, straight punch, it's there again. Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight. All right, so that opened up a cut around his eye area.
He hasn't moved his head well. He was taking shots too clean, and now a cut has opened up. Beautiful setup to the leg kick. Gets to the single collar tie. Another big takedown.
Just over 2 minutes to go in the round.
Keep working to the half guard.
Usman's in half guard.
Oh, right into mount.
Bottom fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
Oh, they're trading huge shots here. We'll see who's the last man standing. Usman gets caught with that punch. He'd be wise to get those hands up. All right, so we'll see if he goes for another takedown here, and it's the way he's approaching the setup, too, that I think you've liked so far.
I love it, man. I love how he's throwing the left hook and almost pulling himself into his shot. Punch goes, as the opponent's hands go up, he drives himself into the guy to try and secure a takedown. Truly, truly high-level striking mixed with unbelievable wrestling.
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do?
You got to move, you got to shrimp, you got to get off on a hip to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space.
All right, so that's the end of the round. A lot of highlights from which to choose, but his success in that round certainly rooted in his offensive tape.
You ready to fight? Ready.
It is the 5th and final round. Oh, beautiful straight left hand. Usman got touched there, another straight punch. Winded up on the right there to no avail.
He was able to get his hands up to block that one.
Efficient with that jab, doubles up on it now.
The fighter gets to the clinch.
Well, his opponent tonight has done a good job of getting back to his feet, and just as I say that, planted on his back again.
Another takedown over and over and over. Look, man, I'm a wrestler, and I love takedowns, but come on, do something different. Press punch, do one of the special moves. I mean, Jesus, takedown after takedown.
Well, he's no stranger to being in this position. Strong work from the top here by Kamaru Usman. Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. Both guys appeared to land there. Just over 3 minutes now to go in the fight. Missed with that attempt.
If you're gonna go out on your shield. If you're going out, go out on your shield. Don't just walk backwards. Go forward. Make him fight you.
Throwing that jab now again. The fighter evades. Oh, the takedown attempt starting to pile up. Here's another one. Oh, man, what a connection right there. I'm not sure his opponent knows where he is.
No, he is on Beach Street right now. He's seeing Tweety Bird over the top of his head. When you take a hook like that, you are on wobbly legs.
Oh! All right, you see his high-level footwork here, maybe trying to set up that hook shot again, potentially.
You could tell, John, he's setting a trap. He's trying to walk his opponent back into his hook side, his big power side. So he'll keep feinting out little punches with no intent to land, just to get his opponent where he needs him to be to land that kill shot.
Well, if you are a young striker, you could do a lot worse than watching this guy work on the feet, perhaps trying to set up another hook here.
Yes, he is. He's definitely trying to set up another hook. You could tell by his eyes. He's taking peeks. He's sneaking looks at where he needs his opponent to be in order to land that shot.
All right, so look at that. A cut has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut.
All right, working inside the closed guard now. This is no safe place against this opponent. And busy as he looks to improve position here.
Stop.
All right, so will it be and still or and new? As competitive a title fight as we've had in recent memory. Slight lean for me to the champion, but I could see it going either way.
And still, J.A., and still. Because in those key moments, in those big spots, the champion was the one that led the engagements. The champion was the one that led the dance. And I think that's enough to keep the belt around his waist.
We'll see how the judges saw it. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. For the winner by split decision, and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare.